Hello, I'm Milton Chang of Bonsai Heirloom. It's a cool spring day in California. This is my Zen garden to complement my bonsai garden. Today we'll do some Q&A to address some of the questions. I like to do that because I can address what you want to know to improve your bonsai, because I think bonsai is a great hobby. So with that in mind, then I would just jump right into the Q&A. The first question today is where to buy pre-bonsai material. This is a tough question because that's in fact the reason why I started the Bonsai Heirloom, to make good bonsai starter material available. I think there are good bonsai sources for bonsai pre-material, but my experience has not been all positive, because what happens is that supplier basically grow them take a nursery plant, a tree from a nursery pot, and cut back the roots to size of stick in a bonsai pot. What happens is that they look nice. It takes a few weeks to decline. And then you water it, but the water really runs out. And pretty soon the roots are dry and they die. And in fact, give bonsai a very bad reputation that it's hard to keep them alive. Please stay tuned. I will have very good material available. It does take time to grow them, and I'm growing them in my farm for that purpose. I don't know what to advise you aside from water them well, maybe once a day for sure, and soak them. And then you will not overwater them because there's a good drainage hole below, but just never let them dry out. And maybe keep them in the shade in the beginning, bright shade. So again, to avoid drying out, that's the biggest cause for trees dying. This one is talking about correct repotting time. I would say anytime, so long as you don't cut off too much roots. And if you do cut off a lot of roots, be sure to cut off the foliage to compensate and keep them in the shade for a while until the roots come out and the new growth start to begin to grow. I love your bonsai video. Maple trees I buy tend to have a very big graft mark. What do I do? Well, I think what you should do is to buy bonsai maple trees that are grown from seedlings, which you can find. They're cheaper and better, and just to find trees with smaller leaves. And it's really good if you find a stump that died off, the graft, the tree died off. And the bottom is in fact good maple material for bonsai, because they tend to graft on maple trees with small leaves. So I don't have any good advice for you aside from start over again by air layering to get rid of the graft mark. My blue Atlas Cedar is turning yellow. What should I do? Cedrus atlantica glauca is a very hardy tree. They grow very rapidly, very, very nice. They need to be in full sun and of course not to dry out. And so I suspect your tree's in terrible trouble when it's already gotten that stage. I hope it's salvageable. I don't know what to advise you aside from continue to water it, but maybe start over again, sorry. Starting azalea bonsai. Azalea is beautiful and we'll love it because when they bloom, they're beautiful. There are a couple of issues with azalea. First of all, they tend to grow trunk size very slowly. So if you just want to have some flower, you can see sometimes in a bonsai show, really lanky bonsai azalea with beautiful flowers on it. That's okay. But if you want a big trunk, you had better start with big azaleas, which can be found in gardens, and dig them up and reshaping them. You can cut them back drastically because they shoot out everywhere, and then you can use those shoots to retrain to style your bonsai. So it's not a problem. The other problem is that azalea is a little bit finicky in terms of the growing culture. Do not over-fertilize. They like a lot of acid, which can also kill roots. So water them, fertilize them sparingly, plant them in mostly peat moss and perlite, and keep them moist and in semi-shade, especially perfect places, morning sun. So have fun, but they are beautiful. A quick question about Osmoco fertilizer, and can I also use liquid fertilizer with it? I think, well, first of all, Osmoco is a very established brand, it's a very good fertilizer, and you can surely use it. My problem with slow release fertilizer is that I never know if the fertilizer is spent. the shell is always there. And if I over-fertilize, I kill the tree. So now I use slow release like Osmocote once, maybe twice a year. And then the rest of the time I use liquid fertilizer, which I recommended the fish and kelp liquid fertilizer you can get on Amazon. I suggest twice a week, once every other week. I now actually, during the summer active months, I actually do once a week. The trees growing vigorously. I will show you some of the trees that was bare with no leaves in March. And I will show you in the next month or two, they are totally overgrown. And then I will cut them back to reshape them to show you how to reshape a bonsai. Well, with that in mind, thank you for listening, and please like my video. I need the encouragement, and subscribe to our posting so that we can keep you notified when we have new video. Thank you.